Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about the 10 worst teams according to attendance. Now, nothing to do with record really, except if your team is bad and there's not going to be much attendance for you. But I'm just going to be purely looking at the attendance, the average per game for each team last season and so far through this season. You got the Ottawa Senators at 10, number 10, 16, 74, and 44, or 16,744. Of course, it is a bit surprising since they had that great year going to the almost to the Stanley Cup final and beating Pittsburgh in the conference final in 7 games. It's kind of their whole thing with not being able to get to the arena because so far and just nowhere, and that is a big problem. I think that definitely is kind of contributing to that. And I think that it is nagging on that. On the attendance, it definitely could be a lot better if it was close to the city. That's for sure. At number 9, you got the Ducks, who are a bit surprising there. 15,942. Of course, the Ducks have been great for a long time, and they still haven't gotten as many fans as they probably should have. Man, that just goes to show that the Ducks aren't the fan base at least isn't as willing to go to games as we thought they would be. At number 8, you got Blue Jackets at 15,857. At number 7, you got the Jets at 15,732, which they only have I think their arena is like 17,500, so that's okay. They aren't selling out the arena, so it's only 15,000 people. So that does contribute to that. That does just generalize it, but that isn't the full picture. Maybe if the arena was bigger, there would be more fans. Who knows, really. At number 6, surprisingly, you got the Avalanche, who I thought would be down on this list. More down on this list than you think they would be. At 14,835, with the abysmal season that they had last season, you think that they would be worse, but Avalanche fans are still paying full price for tickets. For some reason they are. Just watch a pretty terrible team, at least last season. That just shows how devoted they are. Number 5, you have the Panthers at 14,621. You think they'd be even lower on that list, but they aren't as bad as the Devils, who are number 4 at 14,567. They just edge out the Panthers in the lower list by just a bit. The Islanders at third at 13,101, which is pretty bad. Coyotes 13,095, which is again pretty bad. And you got the Hurricanes at number one last season at 11,776. That is terrible. They gotta work on that. They did look. It's getting a little bit better so far this season, this current season, but it's still abysmal. Let's get into the actual rankings for this season. It's gonna be pretty interesting. At number 10, the Ducks have moved up a little bit in the rankings at 16,040, about 100 from last season. So but it's the first 20 games, so maybe there's just more excitement. That could very well be the case. At number 9, or for this season, you got the Avalanche, who have grown a bit there at 15,755. That's just a couple hundred. That's just about 1,000 more than last season, which is great. Because of the Avalanche are just so bad, and now they're actually doing okay. So it's good to see that fan base go into games more. At number 8, you got the Blue Jackets at 15,605. They continually are great, but they just can't get the fan base there, and they're doing okay this season, not doing too well. But the fan base isn't too devoted there, which is definitely a shame. At number 7, you have the Jets, who are right around what they were last season at 15,321. Senators at number 6, who dropped a bit from last season in the rankings at least. About 1,500 from last season at 15,228, which is really surprising. I thought that they'd be better after that conference final appearance, but I guess not. At number 5, you have the Panthers at 14,491. Better than a lot of people would have thought. Still not great, but they're doing better than I thought, certainly. I thought they were going to be like a last team, in my opinion. At number 4, you have the Devils at 14,382. That's pretty horrendous for Devils fans. That's just not getting it done enough. I don't know if the Jersey fans aren't devoted enough. They should be after all those cup wins. I mean, my gosh, if you got all those cups, you think that fan base would be more devoted. The Coyotes at number 3 at 14,104. Not surprising, really. And the Hurricanes at 13,286. So they jumped a couple thousand throughout the first 20 games. And of course, not really of course, it's kind of surprising. The Islanders are last at 12,595. Another team that should have a devoted fan base, but they just can't get to games because they're so far away, and the arena is just so wacky and just in a weird location. It's stupid. Islanders fans can't go to games because it's way too far and be way too expensive to be worth it. Real Islanders fans are stuck and they can't really watch games and they can't really go to games, so they're in a position where they can't really do anything unless they want to move. And it's really just a terrible situation for Islanders fans. Like, I really feel for you. You can't, unless you're pretty wealthy, you have to travel a long way, and you have to, if you want to get a good seat, you have to pay even more. It's really just a terrible situation for Islanders fans, a terrible situation for management, and all around it's just a terrible situation. I wish it would have gone better for Islanders fans because they deserve it, but it just sucks. Once again, you got some surprising teams like the Devils and the Blue Jackets. The Jets are still down there, and the Senators. You got some surprising teams down there, but some not surprising ones. Of course, the Coyotes, Hurricanes. I didn't think the Islanders would be number one, but man, there's just so many teams are struggling so far, and they definitely need to get up. And the Islanders have been playing decently, and they definitely been playing better than last season, especially to start. So I don't know why they'd be so far down in the rankings here, but I guess that's just how it works. But will I be making a top 10 of the best NHL attendance? Probably. You'll probably see that in a few days at the most. But that's going to be it for today, guys. You guys do enjoy, make sure to like. If you guys really enjoy, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.